everybody. Wanderlust Adventure Company here. We are at Irish Canyon in Browns Park. We're in search of history today. We're going to venture north up towards the corner of northwest Colorado and venture into Utah. We're going to go to Jarvie Ranch and hopefully find Doc Parsons' homestead. This area is full of history, from cattle rustlers to ranching to outlaw hideouts. Doc Holliday and the Sundance Kid used to hide out up here in between their bank robbing adventures. But we got up here last night. We camped out, just out in the sticks. Got my boys with me. That's them right there. Got the power wagon today. It's early spring in northwest Colorado. There's still some snow up there in the mountains. This is some desolate country. You quickly understand why the outlaws used to hide out up here. So stay tuned as we go in search of history and try to discover some of our past. All right, here we are. We're just up the highway a little bit. History stop number 1, Browns Park School. We're on Highway 318, as you can see there. And this was the school for the area. This was mostly ranching territory. Cattle ranches was a big thing up here. Still is in some places. A lot of these ranches have been here since this area was settled. But yeah, there you can see the playground equipment that probably wouldn't meet today's standards. There it is, the old equivalent to the one-room schoolhouse. Looks like it was added on to at some point in time. I don't know much about it, but yeah, here it is. The old Browns Park School. Guess there's a pond right over there. My oldest son, his mother is very familiar with this country out here. In fact, she was the caretaker for the Jarvie Ranch for quite a while. And so he knows quite a bit about this area. He spent a lot of time out here when he was growing up. So he was just telling me a little bit about this place. But there it is. We're going to keep moving. Head on up towards Jarvey. All right, here we are at our next stop. This is Lodore Hall, which was a common gathering place for everybody back in the day. And even when I was growing up, they used to do events here. I don't know if they still do or not, but it's been restored, obviously. Still looking pretty good. This is the country that we're in. Right over there, that notch that you see right, if I can point at it right there, that is the gates of Lodore, which is Dinosaur National Monument. It's where the Yampa River goes in. It's a very popular place to go rafting. Goes through the whole monument out the other side, out towards Vernal. Which in about 3 weeks we'll be in Jones Hole. So we'll be up in that area. Also a cemetery here, which has quite a few of history's characters. Just go see what we see. You know me. We've been in cemeteries before. Just be respectful. And this country was full of very interesting folks. Yeah, there you can see there. William Chew. Chew ranches was a big thing around here. I think it still exists, if I am correct. Yeah, William Chew, 1826 to 1911. We've seen some of that Chew Ranch in one of our other videos, Echo Park. Yeah, Bassett's. They had a really crazy history here. The Bassett girls used to keep company with Butch Cassidy. Yeah, the Hoys. Wow. I've been reading a book that was wrote back in the 1960s just because I like that older account of history. And it mentions a lot of these people. John Jarvey, right there. We're going up to Jarvie Ranch here in just a little bit. John Jarvey had a ranch up in the Utah side. And he had a little store and they homesteaded. And but we'll get into all that when we get up there. That's where he's laid to rest. Pretty wild. This was some wild country where the law pretty much took care of itself. And yeah, wow. I think what they used to say was, you know, if you were wandering through this country, you were invited into the home, you were given a meal, and your business was your business, and it was no business of theirs. So the outlaws loved it up here. Pretty wild. A lot of history. Settling of the West is probably one of the last of what you could really call the true wild, wild West. It's still very desolate today. You know, even at this point, if you wanted a sheriff's deputy up here, this is the extreme northern part of Moffat County, which is where I live. And the sheriff is actually a friend of mine. He was the fire chief in the department that I worked at. And to get a deputy up here would take hours. If you need a state patrolman, you might get one at some point. But it's very much a desolate, lawless part of the country. Very interesting place in history. There's an old cabin. Imagine one of these people that is in this cemetery probably built that cabin. I don't know. See the Yampa River right over there? That's interesting. Here lies Mom, and Dad is around here somewhere. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I know a lot of these names, you know, living in this part of the country for the biggest portion of my life. A lot of these names are very familiar. And wow, what a really cool place in history. And it's really neat that people are still taking care of it. Yeah, that's Lodore Hall. Like I said, even in my youth, they used to have dances and stuff up here. I never went to one, but those traditions carried on for a long time. I don't know if they still do or not, but yeah, let's go look at the plaque. It's on the registry, obviously. Let's see what the registry has to say. Old Lodore School, built in 1911. It's been restored, obviously, but yeah, very cool. Sonny Cosser. I actually knew him. He was a good dude. Really cool country here. I'm gonna leave you with a shot of Gates of Lodore, and we're gonna move on up the road. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, welcome back, Wanderlust Adventure Company. We are still in Browns Park, and we are at Swinging Bridge. We're gonna drive over this bridge and kind of take the back way into where we're headed up towards Jarvie Ranch. But here it is, cable suspension bridge, tight fit, one vehicle. This bridge had to be rebuilt a few years ago because one of the local ranchers, this used to be a wood plank bridge. They tried to drive their tractor across it, and they actually broke through it, and so it was closed for a couple of years. But yep, here we are. I'm gonna get you guys out of the holder here. Going across the Yampa River. Pretty cool looking country, both directions. Woo. Tight fit. I had to fold my mirrors in so I didn't break them off, but yeah, we're gonna take some back roads into Taylor Flats up into Jarvie Ranch. Kind of back in the Diamond Mountain area. In fact, this sign I think talks about that. Diamond Breaks Wilderness Study Area. We're gonna do a little dirt roading today. Should be in the area of Doc Parsons Ranch back here. I don't know exactly where it's at, but I know it's back here somewhere. So we may be there next, but until then, Wanderlust out. Well, we made it to Jarvie. Unfortunately, it's closed for the winter, so I guess we won't be exploring much of that today. We could drive by it, see a little bit from the road, but I guess we'll have to come back some other time. You can see it all back there, the old original Jarvie home site, which used to be a store where he would sell his wares or trade or barter or whatever they always did. But we're not going to get to go in there today. And I guess that's all right. We'll come check it out some other time. It's not all that far from home. But, darn it, I was kind of looking forward to that. Something new, something I hadn't been to before, but we're not going to get to see it today. So, Wanderlust out until we find something better. All right, Wanderlust back here. We were attempting to go to 3 points, or 3 corners, which is where Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah all come together. But as you can see in front of us, we're driving through some snow. We got up the road a little bit farther, and my son had a flat tire, and I just about got stuck with one tire off the edge. So we decided that this isn't meant to be today either. So since we're striking out, I think we're just going to go to Dutch John to try to find some ice cream and call it a day. Which, sometimes that's just the way these things go, especially this time of year. But we did have a good time getting up here. It was kind of fun. A little early season exploring. Never know what kind of conditions you're going to run into. So be prepared for that. Alright, we're going to get off this mountain and we'll see you probably near Flaming Gorge Reservoir. Alright, Wanderlust back here. After a couple of busts on our adventures today, with things being closed or snowed in, we just decided to roll up here to Flaming Gorge just to finish off our day. And here we are at the dam, looking back down the lake over there towards Mustang Ridge. But yeah, this is the dam for Flaming Gorge Reservoir, which is in Utah and Wyoming. We're currently on the Utah side, just north of Vernal. Got a little visitor center here. I don't know if it's open or not, but yeah. So yeah, not as much history as we were wanting to get in for today's video, but we still had a good time. Neat country, saw some good scenery, took a couple of back roads that I'd never been on before. Nothing crazy, but it's a little early in the year, so things aren't opened up and some things are still snowed in. So here we are at the visitor center. There's that's a turbine for the generator in the dam. I think this sign says something about how this one was removed for some reason, but anyway, that sign right there tells you all about it and how it works, how they generate electricity here. Nice little visitor center. Yeah, like everything we've run across today, it is also closed, but this is a fun lake, and yeah, you can see right there just how big it is, spanning across these two states. You can see right here, that's the state line between Utah and Wyoming. Downstream of this dam is a very popular place on the Green River for rafting. So I've seen quite a few rafts on trailers today, so the seasons are starting up. Summer's coming, adventure is afoot. I know we're excited to get out. There's a sign that kind of tells you how Flaming Gorge got its name. You know, when the John Wesley Powell expedition came down through the Green River back in the 1860s. Just several little signs here talking about various things of the area, different kinds of wildlife and ospreys, the different kinds of fish in this lake. This lake is known for gigantic lake trout. That one right there, they grow some big ones up here. Yeah, this is a pretty lake, nice area. It's fairly remote. The town of Dutch John does have fuel and supplies, a restaurant, lodging, but it's not a very big town, so come prepared if you come up this way. So yeah, there you go. There's the dam itself. Visitor center. That's the highway where we came in. That's 191 that goes down to Vernal and on up north into Wyoming. Man, you couldn't ask for a better day. It's in the mid 70s today. And after being frozen for the last several months, it feels really good. And I feel like my skin is burning. So that's Flaming Gorge Dam, everybody. It's a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance or in the area, stop and check it out. Looks like a pretty nice visitor center. They got a picnic area and stuff over there too. There's my boys. There's the power wagon. It's good to be back out. It's good to take you guys along with me. I'm going to close this video down right here. I think we're going to go back to Dutch John and see if the steakhouse is open and have some dinner. And then head back to our camp down in Browns Park. So until the next one, which might actually be towards the beginning of the month, I have permits pulled for Jones Hole in Dinosaur National Monument. And I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be a one-night backpack trip, so that'll be really cool. There may be some video tomorrow. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we may have one coming out for tomorrow. So anyway, that's going to be all for this one. Thanks for coming along. Sorry it wasn't as history as I wanted it to be, but just all the reason for us to come back some other time. So until the next one, Wanderlust Adventure Company out.